the Function with Purpose podcast. All things health, wellness, fitness, and education through the physical therapy perspective. I am Dr. Amy Bullock, owner and founder of Fortress Physical Therapy. Fortress PT is here to serve the Charlotte metro area by highlighting the importance of how and why physical therapy should be a part of your health and wellness lifestyle. Here we go. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 7 of the Function with Purpose podcast. Dr. Amy here with you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. This topic is going to be a little bit different than some previous ones that hopefully y'all have been listening to this Season 7, but I guess it's a little bit more geared towards us physios out there who own and operate our own cash-based, non-insurance-based clinics. So when and why you should change your rates. Okay. So I had an interaction with a patient at the beginning of the year. And as we all know, prices and everything that we do and purchase, from groceries to the electric bill to rent to mortgage is going to increase. Inflation is happening. So this patient came in and I knew going at the beginning of the year that based on 2022, my expansion of my own knowledge, competence and confidence and expectations with my patients was growing, and it continues to grow. So I already knew that I wanted to increase my rates for physiotherapy sessions. So a patient came in one day and into the new year, knowing that he was going to pay a little bit more for the rates. And it's funny because he replied, I remember you saying your rates were going to increase. Everyone else is doing it, and I understand because inflation's taking over. And I kind of just sat there and I just kind of smiled at him, and he's giggling a little bit, and I responded, no, that's not my sole reasoning behind why I chose to increase my physiotherapy rates. And from my personal experience and my continued growth in the knowledge in the field of physical therapy and going to conferences and enhancing my skill set both manually with the use of my hands and thoughtfully, reading research papers, being exposed to research, performing my own research, and then also being in the patient's shoe, i.e. still recovering from Achilles tendinopathy almost 2 years in, that I'm not here to, as my dad used to say, keep up with the Joneses. That's an old phrase in the time of the 60s and 70s that, everybody kept up with the person who was on top. No, that's not my intention, right? My intention is the reasoning when and why I chose to increase my physiotherapy skilled sessions is because I have gained value and knowledge to help spread that onto my patients, right? And really, really develop that valued personal connection with them. And it's funny because this particular patient, he sees it and he feels it and he experiences it every time we have our physiotherapy check-ins. And every time he comes in, I'm like, man, we should record our sessions, video or non-video, or at least audio, right? We just talk good talks. And yeah, we get what we need to get done, but also create this overall sense of value and expectation for each other. So essentially, I came back at him and was like, no, like, I'm not increasing that's not the reasoning, the why behind my physiotherapy skilled sessions are increasing rates. You know, I just got back from an awesome conference, and I feel like throughout the whole year leading up to into the new year of 2023, which should happen anyways, that you continue to expand your knowledge. And I want to pour that onto my patients in developing this increased knowledge and personal connection with them. And I'm totally here 100%. This is my purpose. This is why I wake up in the morning. This is why I enjoy working for myself. Side note, this is the longest standing physical therapy job I have withheld in my 10-year career, working for myself. I'm 5 years in this coming July 2023. 5 years working and operating my own clinic by myself. So I'm here to create a value-based care, right? So I can carry that on to my patients, that they know and they are confident that they are making a valued-based choice to come see me when they walk through Fortress Physical Therapy, when they walk through that Fortress Physical Therapy door. As anyway, an entrepreneur in general, right? As you increase your knowledge and education and you expand that and you dig deeper to and within your niche, so does the value, and that's the expectation that we need to put on our patients. As a patient of Fortress Physical Therapy, I expect my patients to feel confident, powerful, strong, educated, resilient, trusted. They are heard. So that is why, and knowing indirectly when my rates will change. It's not necessarily keeping up with inflation, but we also, in the back of our heads too, this is our career, this is our income as well. But we also have to put our hindsight in the patient's shoe too. If I were to walk through the Fortress Physical Therapy door and see Dr. Amy for physical therapy, is she worth it? Is it worth it? I feel connected. I feel that personal connection. I have the increased knowledge. I left with more knowledge and more value after that session, and when I walked out that door. I know that I am a patient of Fortress Physical Therapy for life. I can come and go as I please. So with this communication and this, everyone else is doing it, inflation's taking over. And I think there's a difference between inflation versus like price gouging. And I think as a consumer, or at least we should know when we're being price gouged or not. That might be a different topic, or perhaps a coffee talk down the road. But yeah, so when and why you should change your rates, particularly for those who own and operate their own physical therapy clinic, more so cash rate or cash pay clinic. I think that there's this confidence and competence that has to be balanced, which then therefore reflects in the value that you provide your patient. And that's what we should do every year anyways. Creating and expanding our knowledge and value. Not necessarily changing our rates, but having the confidence that, you know what, I'm darn worth it. I know that when patients come and see me, that they feel confident, powerful, strong, educated, resilient, trusted. I can return to activity. I can keep doing the things that I love, right? They feel that personal connection to you, and they can relate, and then you can relate to them. That is why and when your physiotherapy skilled session rates will eventually change over time, right? But don't price gouge, right? There's a difference. And that will be another topic of discussion. So I'm so glad with this particular patient. Like we talk on many things, and I think I might just audio record us one day. But yeah, so that's just kind of a little story that led into why and when I feel the confidence and competence, thus the value in my skilled physical therapy sessions, because that's what it's about. It is about creating value-based care so that patients know that they made a valued-based choice. So if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and you need some help, maybe you have a stiff neck and you're getting headaches all the time. That's definitely something that I love to assess and evaluate and treat. Or perhaps maybe you want to enhance your power clean. Maybe you're in the gym and you do a lot of Olympic weightlifting. That's something where we can get a closer eye on. But when and why you should change your rates goes hand in hand as the owner, that as your competence and confidence increases, which thus reflects in the value-based care that you provide to your patients, that in turn will help create that stronger personal connection with your patient. Because when it comes down to it, money's just money. It's fake. We can't take it to the grave, right? But it's that value-based choice that the patients make, knowing that, hey, I saw Dr. Amy. Hey, I saw Dr. Stephanie. Hey, I saw Dr. Gina or Dr. Kathleen, and it was worth it. I am more knowledgeable. So, hopefully that will spark your coffee a little bit more for those who own physiotherapy clinics that are particularly more cash-based. But yeah, so salut, have a lovely day, and we'll see you guys in the last episode of Season 7 coming up. That's a wrap for today's episode, Function with Purpose podcast. For more information on this episode, please check out the show notes within your podcast app. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, or drop your comments and questions below. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thanks for the listen. Pursuit, precision, purpose.